have a bucket of content I got to get into you, right? So I have lecture and I have things that I'm trying to get a message across for that semester. This little talk, I think, is about how you have a recipe to succeed with technology. So it's called Digitize, but Digitize is an acronym for success, which I call Recipe for Success. So what I'm bringing to you in a few minutes is these cards. And the first will say Digitize, and each card after that will have a letter. And those letters, I will tell you what they mean, and I want you to put notes in it, so when you walk away, you have a recipe for success, right? Right. So Digitize. When I say Digitize, what do you think? Can I have audience participate? Okay. You know, TED Talks, you can't talk to anyone. When I say Digitize, what do you think?
I guess like the computer or some sort of technological.
Something to do with like the computers or like the internet or something like that.
Like putting everything on the computer, so that you're not having to do it paper anymore.
I think making connections from places in the world that are not accessible to you physically.
Technology.
Technology, putting something on a computer to make it digital.
No. Digitized is Generation Z. And Generation Z are you. These guys are a little different,
Wow.
but still have a little bit of that, right?
We're a little
But
young.
Generation Z is usually who we teach. It's 0 to 22. We know as educators that Generation Z has had internet all their life. We know that they believe in multitasking. We know that they believe that technology should be integrated. We know these things. They are proven. If you look for Author Carter 2018, they write about you all the time. Why is it that we know everything about you, but we teach you without that knowledge? So if we know that you use internet all the time, why do we tell you to write a paper? If you use internet all the time, why do we tell you that I don't use Moodle? So you are digitized. We as faculty need to find ways to meet that digital need that you already have, right? All right, so here's your recipe. Let's start with D. D means don't. So I know you're digital, and most of your faculty will say to you, don't. Don't use your phone. Don't bring your laptop. Don't move that chair. Don't. So you usually start the semester with a list of don'ts. Your syllabus is a list of don'ts. Don't miss that date. Don't come in late. So we start with don't. And I want to teach you to kind of move that don't a little bit so that you're getting what you need from your learning. So the first one is don't accept don't, right? And how do I do that? Well, first I think you need to insist a little bit. That's the second word in digitize is the I, right? I think you need to insist a little bit. But you need to insist strategically. So you need to insist that my syllabus is available for me online. I think that's a small assist, right? You need to insist that I have access to my grades at least at certain points during the semester. And I think if you insist as a group, those things will start to happen. So I don't think you sit back and say, I'm the Gen Z and I'm just going to sit here because I'm not in power. You're very much in power of your own education. You just have to figure out where to insist, but I say you insist, so that's the I. What's the G? Any ideas? Now you know you're scared, right? Because you know whatever you say is going to be wrong, right? Anybody know what the G might be in digitized? Come on, you know it. I promise you know it. No? I'm scared now, right? I know, right? It turned you off. Like, I'm not gonna say anything. So it's Google. And the reason I say Google is because, have you ever looked at your email and there are a box of 9 dots? And I call it the checkerboard in the corner? Your job from now on is to know all those pieces of software in those dots. Because it's free, it's accessible, why don't you know it? So that's the Google Docs, that's Google Voice, that's a lot of stuff. I want you to go through those dots and make it a point that you know what's in there, right? Because it's there for you. So have you ever heard of Google Voice? Have you ever heard of Google Voice? So Google Voice as an app in Google actually gives you a fake phone number. So you go into Google Voice and you sign up for a phone number. Mine is 912-87-TEACH. And I put that on my syllabus, right? So all of my students call my Google number, and then after the semester, I change it. If you're a student teacher and you have a lot of parents and stuff doing your student teaching, you don't necessarily want to give out your cell phone number. You want to give out something that they can reach you, but it's not permanent, right? Dating a new person, Google Voice, right? So what happens is that you guys don't realize your digital footprint. And there are tools out there that'll get you away from putting in your digital footprint. I meet people all the time that are like, oh, I changed my phone number. For what? Oh, because someone crazy has it. Well, how could they? Because you could have gave them all this number, and then when you decided to give out your personal cell phone number, you could. And you know it's free, and you can change it every 3 months. And if you want to change it quicker, you can pay $10 and change it instantly. Know what you have in Google. It's free. You should know what it is. And then once you know it, then you can push your teachers to start incorporating it because there's no cost. So then what's I? So now we're not going to let don't work. We're going to insist. We're going to know Google. What do you think the next I is? And I kind of already talked about it. It's integrate. So once you know Google, then there's no reason that I get a paper that doesn't have a chart or a graph or doesn't have imagery in it because you know the tools. So you integrate what you already know as a digital person into your papers. Let me tell you how that changes faculty. Faculty works on models. So I give an assignment, and then I look at all my A papers, and I'm like, that's a good paper. I'm going to take that paper, take the kid's name off, and use it as a model. So if the model is already incorporated with digital tools, that's going to push the way that class is going to go forever. Because your model is going to become what that teacher uses. So integrate into a paper that might not necessarily say it. So if it's going to be a 5-page paper, make it 7. Add a couple graphs, add a couple charts, put a survey in it, you got 7 pages. And then the teacher goes, wow, this is pretty good. I think I want everybody to do it this way. So integrate. What's the T? Anybody want to take a stab at the T? Can't say no. I'm going to insist on it. I'm going to know Google. I'm going to incorporate it. What's the T? Yes, but no. So, but yes. So T is for team, which could be teach. So when you do things, stop being so selfish. If you're a really good paper writer and there's an opportunity to work as a group, do it. Let me take the skills you have. If you're a PowerPoint person and you're an Excel person, I'm a good writer, do it together. Why not? What happens is we go into groups and we're like, oh, I don't want to be in groups. You look at groups wrong. You should look at them as teams. What do you have that I need to make this better? What do you have? And everybody has a piece that can make the paper better. If you start working in teams, then you start to rely on other people's knowledge of technology. How do you think everybody knows about apps? From each other, right? So learn from each other and team together. And do it before the teacher puts you in a group, right? So if you look at the syllabus and it says, well, in week 7, you're going to have a group project, right? How smart of you in week 3 or 4 to say, guess what? As a group, we've kind of talked together and looked at all our resources. We've made teams ourselves. You think the instructor's going to say, well, no. You got to do the group I say. They're going to say, wow, that's interesting. Let's try it your way for a change. So be aggressive, insist, but have some solutions. So now we've done digitized. What's the next I? We are not allowing don't. We're insisting. We are using Google. We're incorporating. We're working in teams. Now what are we doing?
Instant.
Say it again?
Instant.
Kind of. But no. So what's happening for I is that everybody uses technology for icing. So it's like, oh, make a video. Icing. Not the assignment, you just want to do it. Stop making technology icing. Is your phone icing? Is your phone icing? If I took it right now, what would happen to you?
It would collapse.
Die, right? So it's not, it's part of who you are every day, right? So make technology inclusive, not just your phone, but everything you do academically. Make it inclusive, right? So stop making technology icing. Make it part of what you do naturally, okay? And then Z. Z's my favorite part. So what is Z? Any volunteers for Z?
Zeal.
Isaiah. I like that, but no. What's Z? Actually, you inspired Z. You inspired me for Z. I had a different Z word until I had a conversation with you. And Z is zebra. And let me tell you what a zebra is. Zebra is a faculty member that's half and half. So they're kind of a horse, but they do a little bit of technology. So what they do is they come in with PowerPoints every week. Or they use their Surface for doing board work, but it's all surface work. It's zebra work. It's not meaningful, right? So they come across as a tech person, but they don't really incorporate it. So if you meet a zebra, how do you handle a zebra? How do you handle a zebra positively? Let me say it that way, right? Right? I say you call them out. You say, I like your PowerPoint, but PowerPoints don't really engage me. Is there a way that you can actually write on your PowerPoint? That would be more meaningful to me. So if you have a Surface and you have a PowerPoint, if you write on the PowerPoint, then it becomes notes. That's better for me. Just writing randomly doesn't help, and just having a PowerPoint with a lot of bullets doesn't help. I think faculty would respect that. I think they would say, okay, I get it. Works better for you. So I'm your teacher, I should incorporate what you do. So when you have a zebra, call out those white stripes and kind of make them work for you. Because it seems like that person wants to try, they just haven't figured it all out yet, right? So zebras. Now we got an E. Any volunteers for E? I promise you'll be right, sort of. What's E in Digitize? Let's kind of go over it a little bit though. Don't let don't be the answer. Insist, right? And then use Google as best as you can, learn it, right? Incorporate it in there. Work in teams. Don't let your technology be icing. Watch out for zebras. And now what? Equity. Let me tell you, we get learning styles. We understand learning styles. We know some people are visual, some people are auditorial, some people are tactile, right? So if right now in mental health, we say, I have ADHD, I have these issues. But do you ever tell an instructor, I am a visual learner and I need to have visual clues? That's equity. That means that's what you need to learn. It's okay to say you need that. And I think we're going to get to the point that we know we have to ask our students, like, how do you learn the best? And then change our lectures to be interactive, right? So you have to have equity. So if you think about it as equity, what I need in this space for me to learn, you can change the way faculty deliver it to you. So equity, bring in your equity. And last but not least, I have a D. So what's my last D? And it ain't digital. Any guess? What do you think? What's my D? What do you think? It is a do. It is a do. But I'm going to make it a little stronger. It's a do, but I'm going to call it diligence, right? So diligence is a do with a vision or a mission, right? So I don't want you to go into spring class and says, Dr. Bu Shell says, I need to insist, I need to work, I get that. But I think you need to figure out what you want to accomplish for each class or each semester. This semester, I really want faculty to know that I'm a visual learner. Next semester, I really want to push that they put my grades online. Next semester, I really want to attack being in teams. So the do is diligent. Don't just do anything. Do it with meaning and strategy, right? Because people respect that. They don't respect you coming into their class and saying, I want you to change everything. Just start with small steps and get forward. Participate in the Senate. Participate with this group and say, as students, we want to have faculty put syllabi in every class as a thing we adopt, right? So work together and be diligent. So it's a do with a little bit of oomph, right? So I'm going to leave you today with a recipe, and the recipe is be digitized.